Welcome to Humaning, late night edition. Hi, I'm Angel. You can call me Auntie Angel, ZGALA, the Art Angel, and it's not even late, but I'm feeling a little Minnesota and a little late. So, actually, I'm feeling pretty New Mexico lately. I used to feel me a little Colorado, and that's related to the thought process that brought me around this loop to right here. And I want to talk about how we get knocked off course by relationships, by expectations, by attachments. I guess I should maybe back up and say I've gotten knocked off course the most, it seems like, by relationships. And I acknowledge that's probably might not be true for everyone, although I do think that relationships are a biggie for humans, as as I don't like hearing myself say, because it reminds me of my mother. You know how that goes when you hear your own mother come right out of your own mouth. And I love my mother, don't get me wrong, but any case, I shall refrain from using that phrase if I can. I was just looking at some videos. Actually, I'm in the process of making a new course. Let me back up again. I'm in the process of making a new course, and I suddenly remembered a different course that I made some time ago and never did anything with. And so I got to wondering, why didn't I do something with that course? And when I looked and finally found it, which took me a while, because it was a rather long course, I believe it was 32 videos on conscious creation. And when I finally just found it just now, thankfully I did save it all in my YouTube channel, I see that I was developing it in June 2019. And I was suddenly, just in real time, you're watching me realize something, because I thought that that was at a particular time in a particular relationship, but I was just realizing it was a different time in that same relationship. In any case, overarchingly, I was hit by how that's yet another example, regardless of when it was in that relationship. It was that relationship that my brain is using as the excuse for me not finishing that course. And I mean, certainly that's the story that my brain is telling right now, and or trying to tell. And I suspect it was probably the story back then. I'm gonna have to recheck the dates now, because maybe it was that 2019 is when I suddenly got an offer to go on a trip, but that was a little later. Maybe I just didn't finish it, and or I finished it but just didn't promote it, which is, gosh, sort of one of the major stories of my life. And so maybe what I want to talk about, instead of how we use relationships as, how relationships knock us off track, it's really how we use other things as excuses to cover up from ourselves the fact that we're holding ourselves back. This is actually something that I counsel other people on fairly frequently, and it's funny to me that I could be so blind to it. Like, yet again, it's not like I haven't been around this loop. It's quite entertaining to me that Like I said, I've been around this loop both with many other people and with myself. I didn't like that with my hair. But there I went again. And when I go around those loops, I frequently start by noticing that I am blaming someone or something else for my feelings. I'm using someone else's decisions to hurt my own feelings, and then I'm being like, you did this to me. Look what you made me do. Or look what you kept me from doing. And the truth is that I've kept myself from doing so many things, like the course. Even today I had a goal of doing a video for the course that I am working on, and here I am doing a different video. So I think it is amazing how, even as I just spent years writing about self-sabotage and I counsel other people on it frequently, I still catch myself in it frequently. And I think for whatever reason, that's part of this human experience. You can tell me if you think I'm wrong. We could fight about it. Apparently, I do like to argue. I'm saying that. You might think that I'm saying that like somebody accused me of that by my tone, but no, I'm the one that notices that over and over again in my own life. So, yeah, it's all interrelated, isn't it? This humaning stuff and our tendency to self-sabotage and our imperfectness. Is that a word? Is now. Yeah. Fantastic, I say. I did a pretty good job, yay me, of whittling away at a few things today. And I also managed to let some things get away and didn't do them. And I think that's going to have to be all right because I'm too tired to do much else today. So I am going to look at that course I developed back in whenever it was, and along with the one I'm currently developing, add that to my body of work. So you can check it out, maybe. You can check out my books and my music. Those are for sure's already done's. Got some artwork too. Maybe I'm done's for the night. Hope you're taking good care of you. Enjoying this humaning thing, as am I. Ciao for now.